Okay, I actually meant to go over this the other day on the last video I did, whatever it was, Saturday last week. And I said I was going to go through this and I completely forgot to, but I went ahead and made this little quick slideshow to tell you what the Discord was going to be about. I know a lot of you are looking forward to it, so I just want to explain it real quick. And then I'll show you some things on the smart money dashboard to just show you what's going on in the market right now. And then we'll look at Bitcoin real quick, but I'm gonna try to make this as fast as possible. Again, I'll timestamp everything, so just kind of look there on the little slider bar and find the topic that you want to watch the most. If you want to skip around, that's fine. Put me on 2 times speed down there on the cog wheel. These are things that can help you. A lot of you probably already do that. So this is a slideshow talking about entry and exit ideas using smart money. And the first thing I want to talk about is when to buy. And this has to do with the smart money platform I'm going to be using for this new Discord, which I hope will be out in the next week or two. I'll definitely let you all know when it is. But when to buy is when, smart money is accumulating at support levels. Obviously, that's an easy one. If you see multiple smart money wallets buying before or after a breakout, especially if it's after a retest, like it breaks out and then it comes back down and retests that breakout. Or if you see wallets buying after a significant dip, they're just buying the dip basically. If we're in a bull market, of course, that would be the only time you'd want to do that. And then when to sell, the flip side of that, I think it is possible to use smart money. Not a lot of people use this, so I think that's what's going to make this Discord very unique as far as alerts go. It's going to provide some information to help determine, if it's time to sell. It's not going to just give a sell signal. It's going to show that multiple wallets, multiple smart wallets that bought very cheaply are starting to sell. And okay, if we see that, then it could mean that this is the top, and it might be a point where you want to start taking profit. That's just one example. So, as I said just there, reading along, smart money millionaire wallets begin to sell off after price action multiplies. That would be 10x or more for long term, but it has to be a high conviction play. If you're going to wait that long to take profit, generally there's better strategies you can employ, like especially on a short-term play. You probably want to at least take your initial investment out on a 2x. Some plays, if they're a lot riskier, you may even want to take it out when it's up 50%. It just depends. You have to use your judgment depending on what the play looks like when you enter. And you always have to have a plan for getting out too. And so this would also assist with finding low leverage shorts. So say the bull market's over, it's time for the bear market. If we can find that top using smart money or just using good risk management as far as, taking profits on the way up, and then we find that top, then you can turn those profits into some low leverage shorts. When I talk about low leverage shorts, I mean like, probably a 5x or less. And really 10x is not that risky, but at least with 5x, you are significantly lowering the risk that you'll get stopped out and get liquidated for that position. And I really don't recommend leverage trading for a lot of people, but if you feel comfortable with it and you've done it before and you have experience, then it might be something you want to do when the bear market comes around the next time. The types of smart money alerts I'm going to be setting up as far as the channels. The number one, the best one is going to be high quality investor wallets with a proven track record for profitability. And that would be for something like a swing trade. Because typically a lot of these higher profitability wallets, they tend to, they buy into really good projects early. Like a lot of them, you can look back in October, maybe even August, and they were buying, things like Mubi or what's another example? Zeph or Caspa. I don't exactly remember when those started up, but it was somewhere around there. And so they'll buy at the very bottom and then they'll start selling as you get closer to the top, even if it's the midterm top or the final top. So the next one would be degen wallets, where you could find new tokens for a short to midterm 2x. And you don't want to stay in these plays too long, usually, unless you just want to take your initial out and let the rest ride for free, that's fine. But each person has to decide how they're going to handle that strategy. And the next one there, line three is let's see, active smart DEX feed for high activity traders. Yeah, so I'm going to have a smart DEX feed that is only smart money, but it's going to have a lot more activity to it. Like that first one there, the high quality investor wallets may not have plays coming through. You may only see a play coming through every couple of hours or so. But then that third line there, the active smart DEX feed, you'll get to see tons of trades coming through that are only smart money wallets trading. So if you wanted to trade off of that, you could. It's much more fast paced, so you would have to be, um, you'd have to be willing to really study these plays quickly if you're, or maybe it's a coin that you already know. You just want to jump into it because you see somebody else buying it. But a little bit more risky there to just be randomly jumping into a coin just because a smart money wallet did. At least with the high quality investor wallets, we have some time to look into the project, make sure it's deflationary would be one of the most important things. Another good thing is to, jump into Telegram, jump into Discord for these projects and see what the overall feel is as far as the sentiment and, just to see how serious of a project it is, basically, if the dev team's active, things like that. Line four there, influencer wallet activity to ride the narrative. So this is a work in progress channel that I'm making right now. I'm still testing some things out, but once it's complete, it will track a lot of influencer wallets, which sometimes can make you some pretty good money, especially if we can jump in around the same time that they're jumping in before maybe they do their YouTube. And then it's going to take some work to set this one up. I really want to make sure it's correct before releasing something like that, but it is something I want to add. And then I've got a couple other work in progress here. One is large institutions and funds tracking to find high conviction plays. So if you see these big funds or these big institutions purchasing like $500,000 or $1 million worth of something, then you feel pretty good about um, that coin or that token having a high market cap by the end of the end of the run. Of course, nothing's 100%. I mean, the market is very fickle, and even sometimes when you think you found a high conviction play, sometimes it turns around on you. It just, the devs get greedy. A lot of different things can happen. It's still run by humans in most cases. And then the final one there, tracking sell pressure for specific coins for profit taking. Kind of talked about that before. it's it's something I really want to focus on, is trying to help people and myself, of course, have a channel that they can watch for, like, say if it's what's a good example? I've actually got one already. There are a couple of them that I've got set up. Oh yeah, Tau. So BitTensor, it's been going up lately. It's going up today. So I've already got a test wallet or a test alert channel set up so that if some of the either smart money wallets or some of the like the millionaire wallets, if they begin to sell off, then we'll know. That's just one example. We wouldn't be able to set up too many channels like that. I mean, it would probably be for only the most important tokens that we were tracking. Because we don't want to have just 100 channels tracking sales like that. But we'll work with it. We'll see what we can do with it. We'll track as many as we can anyway. And then other features are, of course, I've been in the market since 2017, so I'll be able to help with chart analysis to help find support resistance and order block zones, for any promising setups that are found. And of course, those promising setups would be based on smart money accumulation. Let's see, internal signal feed, scan multiple times per week to find new plays or confirm existing plays. So what I'm talking about there is there's actually a signal feed that I can't connect to the Discord, but I will be taking time, every couple of days to look at it and try to find new plays that way as well. or confirm existing plays that we've already found through the smart money tracker. And then of course, an ongoing search for the best smart money wallets by win rate to find the best plays. I'm going to keep curating that specific channel and other channels trying to, really get the very best wallets that we can. That way we're in the best plays that we can get in. And then I think the server capacity is probably going to be limited to less than 200. I haven't really thought about that too much, but the more people, the harder it is for me to keep up with. So, and I'm going to be running this myself. At least I plan to. I do have a full-time job, but it does allow me to check Discord often. So, yeah, I'm going to try to do my best to keep up with things as far as moderating and answering questions, things like that. I think that's the last slide there. Yeah. All right. So we will. Well, there's my Twitter. If some of you aren't following it, it's at Bike for Sale. Just real quick, I wanted to make a point about ETH BTC. If we're going by fibs, then it has touched the golden pocket there. Hopefully it holds there and we get another pushback up. I mean, even if this, like my original idea was that it was just going to go sideways for a bit until after halving. And even if it does this, then we should still get a push by the alts if Bitcoin stays up. And here's Bitcoin currently back on, when was this? I think it was around the 26th I drew this box and I was just saying that we're not going to get bullish again until we get a daily candle back above this zone. And I think we did get a daily above it, didn't we? Yeah. So we do have a daily close above it. I'd like to see one more close above this, tomorrow, which it looks like it probably will, but there's no guarantee. But if we get another close above, then, we're for sure coming up to here, maybe even higher. Let's see. Maybe to around 45. Yeah, it really depends on what it's going to do. I mean, this did end up being, and I almost posted about this, but it did end up being an inverted head and shoulders. It was a lot more visible on lower time frames, but it was also like we talked about this maybe last video. I can't remember where it broke out of this descending wedge. So a lot of things came together here for bullish action that it was pretty obvious. But in order to get extremely bullish, we would have to at least see a daily close above this purple line here. I think that's the right one. I haven't really adjusted these lines any. I mean, the thing I'm kind of wondering is going to happen is if we just go sideways for a while in this area, because this was a deviation, this was a deviation. Now we're back into the range. So here's kind of your median fair value, I would call it. Of course, I drew these lines myself. I didn't do a volume profile, but I think it's pretty close anyway. Anyway, we can just take it a day at a time. We'll see what tomorrow's candle looks like. We've got it, I think, 2 days. Well, it's really more like one day until the FOMC meets, but uh, there's a lot of FOMC announcements coming up. It's not just the rate, which I think they're going to keep pausing rates. I can't imagine why they wouldn't. But as long as they pause the rates, I think it still gives a pretty good environment for the altcoins to, at least some of the altcoins to go up. But we'll see what happens on the 31st. And then this, I just found this interesting that, there's definitely diminishing returns. I mean, I don't think anybody would doubt that. But I drew this little, I don't even know what you call this, just a little curved line coming down. So it's going to be interesting to see if by the end of the bull run, whether it's 2025 or whatever, if this connects with this line somewhere, or if it breaks out of it. Anyway, it's just, it's clearly These are bearish divergences. As price goes up, momentum's coming down. And I think there's a line there for money flow as well. I don't know. It seems like it would go higher than this, but money flow doesn't matter as much. It's just something I'm watching. I think it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Okay, let me just show you, just to close out here, I just want to show you some of those channels. These are just some sell pressure channels that I made. Of course, both Trias and Tau, I haven't gotten any alerts yet of serious sell pressure. So Tau still looks fine, I believe. Let me double check it. Yeah, it looks like it broke out. We'll see if it keeps going up. I mean, look at that perfect bull flag that it broke out of. But when you're seeing it in real time, it's like you don't know what's going to happen. You think it could still come down to here. I'm sure a lot of people expected it to come down here. But one thing to notice on that, let's see. I bet it came down to the point. Oh, no, it only made it down almost to the 382. But see, this thing for Tau, it wasn't up that high compared to the rest of them. 7x from the bottom after an extended sideways move. Maybe it comes up here to a 10x or a 12x and then retraces a little bit more. What does the volume look like on this? Yeah, volume is still coming down. You'd want to see a pretty big green candle above this one to expect continuation further up. But again, price can keep going up, and then, volume can keep coming down further as long as the average volume stays pretty high. But the thing I'm watching here is, to see if I get any messages here. And just so you know, the what I'm watching, as I was talking about before in the slide presentation thing, I'm just looking. I think it's maybe 10 different wallets that are some of the highest holders. Some of them are smart money, some are just, they have a high total, like over 1 million worth of Tau. So if we start to see some of them selling off, then we could suspect that the top is near. But there's still nothing on Trias, Tau. There's been a few on AGRS, but it's really hard to tell yet. This was just a test I was doing before it. It's not just sells here, it's also buy, so I can't use all that. But this was one sell here. It was only 7,000. It wasn't like it was a huge amount. Yeah, I don't see anything else. It's really just this one so far. And then here's the high quality wallets that I had. I've been kind of messing around with it currently. Today, one of them bought IMGN AI. I think the chart looked okay. Yeah, I'd put a little support line there where this was once resistance, became support for a little bit anyway, got back below it, broke out, and now I would suspect it's going to stay support this time. It actually went a little bit below the golden pocket there, which is surprising. So there's some weakness there as far as the token itself, but if it was to get another move up, maybe it's just doing one of these where it's creating some kind of channel as it moves up. Okay. Yeah, so that's the high quality ones. I mean, there's other ones here. I'll scroll through them here if you want to pause and look at some of them. Most of these are sells though in the previous days because Bitcoin wasn't looking too good. Here's a buy for Ords. There's a buy for Restake. That was yesterday. That's a sell for Super. But just because a smart money wallet buys or sells doesn't mean, anything by itself. I'm gonna, of course, all of this was testing. Although these were very good wallets up here, I've got the ones now, and it's only a handful. I think it's only three or four wallets that are very high quality plays. You know, they've shown the ability to buy at the bottom before anybody else was. So I would say any that pop up after I've kind of changed things, I'll have a lot more confidence in. These are still pretty good up here though. And then influencer wallets, I'm not really done with this one yet. I'm still testing some things on it. This is the one that has the high volume of wallet activity. So this is all smart wallets, but they're not really curated. You know, I didn't go through and curate these, so some of them are probably good traders, and some of them may have just gotten lucky. But you know, you'll be able to see this as well and go through it and decide if you want to buy what they're buying. You know, here's a buy for Gala. There's a sell for Flip. Here's a sell for SAVM. Or sorry, that's a buy for SAVM. Here's a buy for Flip. That was today. This is nothing right now. I'm still kind of testing this one, so don't worry about that one. There's some other ones like, yeah, I'm going to keep experimenting with things and adding new things as we go along, but this is for first mover liquidity providers, and I've still got to figure out how best to present this. So, you know, some weird things come through here. Oh, and yeah, this is the institutional fund wallet alert channel here, but I've still got some work to do on that as well. But you can see here, what is this? They sent 5 million DYDX to, this may be a liquidity provider, maybe. I don't know. It might be an institution. See, that's the problem with this one sometimes. Well, there was somebody sent, this was an active ETH millionaire, sent 360,000 worth of ACH to Coinbase Prime. So they may have been selling this. When was this? On the 26th. Yeah, there's another one. So it looks like I mixed in some of the millionaire wallets with this. Anyway, this is mostly testing, so it's going to be some weird outputs on that one. And this is the one where I wanted to look at maybe new contracts, you know, seeing if we could get alerted to brand new coins that were coming out. But I think another way to do that is I'm going to find wallets that show consistent profitability for degen plays, like for brand new coins, and that might be a better way to do it, especially if they have high profitability. So I might get rid of this one. It's another test. But you can see here the smart DEX alert channel here. It's already, I mean, we just looked at it a minute ago, and it's already producing more output here. You know, if somebody wants to use something like this that has a lot more trades going on, whereas the quality on this one would be much higher, but you may not get plays all the time. You may get plays, you know, three or four a day or something. It just depends on how bullish the market is, right? I mean, wallets are more active during a bullish market. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? We'll just look at a few things here to wrap up. I had forgotten to show this last time as well and almost did again. So here's the dashboard. Currently, what we're looking at, last 24 hours, gaming has gotten a lot of money coming through. Might have to look at the 7 day here. Yeah, DeFi is still getting a lot of money poured into it. Data sourcing oracles, meme coins, naming and encryption. Really, these are the only ones to really look at. I mean, this one's had this tokenization protocol sector has had almost 350K, so it's not bad to look at as well. But anything under that, there just hasn't been much money flowing through it. Let's see, tokens traded over the last 7 days. If we just look at new tokens, this is one of those things that I can't really put in a channel, that I would have to review myself and then say, okay, look at this coin. You know, I think this might be a good play. Um, this is actually one of Braver's picks right here, VEC, and it seems like it's doing pretty well. Though I don't think there's a whole lot of smart money into it just yet, just because um, it just deployed in January. But if we click on it and check smart money, yeah, there are some holders. But for some reason, it doesn't show us any of their holdings here, so it's not really updated. It's a little bit tougher to look at smart money on well, here's one. He had a pretty good buy, 19,000. That's See, this is one person we can look at. It's a high net worth individual, almost quarter million. It's a smart money wallet. A lot of conviction here. Almost put 20,000 in. So on somebody like this, you can go in and say, okay, how have they done on their other plays before? Are they reliable? He sold a bottom there. I guess he got tired of holding that. I just want to see where they're buying and selling. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Looks like he sold and then bought again right after it. So not a real reliable wallet, but I think it does show a lot of conviction to be buying that much of that one, VEC, Vector. So clearly there's definitely some interest in this. Let's see who holds most of this. Shows a token millionaire holds a lot of it, but this is just um, it's just a market maker, liquidity provider. Anytime it has this little robot here, that's what that means. So really, nobody's been accumulating a ton of it. These are the top wallets here, so that's good. You want it, you want the, you want it to kind of be distributed, so one big wallet can't just dump on you. That's the point. Anyway, that one looks pretty good. I forgot to look what does the chart look like on this one? Where is the chart? Is it not showing a chart, I guess? Hmm. I think it's this one. Of course, this is the ETH pair. Yeah, it's been up only, looks like. It's a really good looking coin. You see for the people in it, I just want to see if there's any bearish divergences or anything. I mean, money flow is coming out of it, so if it went red, then could be coming down. But there's no indication just yet that it's confirmed. In fact, there could be a bullish divergence there, but volume is kind of low. All right, dashboard again. I'm just going to go through a few more things. So that was new tokens. I'll look at them one more time. This is new tokens over the last 7 days. Let's see if there's any over the last 24 hours. VEC is number one as far as the traded volume. There's one called CAD. SAVMs, by far, it's had the most volume of the new tokens. Alt has had a lot as well. It's continuing to go up. We actually covered that one whenever it was a week ago. So if you would have jumped in this one a week ago, you'd make 40%. All right, let's look at low cap over the last 7 days. Lua slowly climbing. ICSA slowly climbing. AI has been doing really well since we covered it. Of course, I didn't go into great detail about it. I just talked about how it was showing up on the charts. So I actually saw this one last night, but I didn't expect it to go crazy like that today. So you can see how some of these, when they show up, I mean, these are all risky, of course, because they're low cap or maybe they're micro cap. But sometimes you do get a good one. You make a quick 2x or whatever. Let's see what mid caps are doing or micro caps. Tweety was a real good one, but it's fallen big time. MXH was a real good one at one point, and then the team did something. I forgot what they did. Of course, I was talking about this one at one time as well. I kind of did a deep dive on it, but I went ahead and got out of it actually before this happened, before that drop happened. Not because of anything I saw, just because I was trying to move the funds over to something else, something that I thought was a little bit more promising. Baby Shib's been doing well. That's the first time I've actually heard of that one. And here are the mid caps. Of course, everybody knows has been doing real well. Flip, I've seen popping up a lot lately. Troll did well, but it dropped a lot. Of course, W Tau, the wrapped version of Tau, is going to do well because Tau is. Aleph. I don't know what this alternate BTC, I don't know what this coin's actually called, but it's hard to look up on the charts because it's that name. Banana, I've seen some smart money buying back into the banana lately. Route, of course, it went way down. Looks like it popped up for what, 30 to 40% gain. I posted that on my Twitter. After we talked about it, it went up about 30, 40%. Looks like it's retesting the bottom again. Oh yeah, Fidium, it did real well for a while. I mean, a lot of these are going to bounce. It's just the motion of the ocean, motion of the market. It's going to go up and down. The last 24 hours, smart money, new tokens. We'll look at that. Really no smart money inflow on any of those. Let's look at the 7-day. Okay, so Alt has had over 1.5 million smart money inflow over the last 7 days. That's pretty important. We'll look at that one real quick. The rest of these have some coming in, but nothing significant like this. And I'm going to wrap it up here. Yeah, this is pretty good accumulation. There's 100 smart money holders now. This person holds quite a bit compared to others. But, look how many smart money people you have in it, so that's good. But I'm curious when this person got in. Yeah, they got in when price was 32 cents. Well, that's not too much of an increase. How new is this coin? Oh, okay. It was deployed in January, so that's why. I mean, this one could really get going, although there is some people that have sold lately, 82,000 worth. Yeah, it looks like most people bought on January 25th when it launched. Volume seems pretty close to the average of the last 4 days. That's good. And then here's the distribution based on the largest holders. And I think this would be the first one. That person owns 2% of the total coin, which is a lot actually. That's surprising. Curious about this one. It doesn't show that it's a market maker. Hmm. I mean, that's a little bit concerning that somebody owns so much like that, but because you don't want them to dump on you. But it's only one wallet that looks like that. Oh, right. It's on the wrong page. Yeah, so the next wallet down from that only holds, 0.03%. All the rest of these are like market makers and um, liquidity providers, things like that. This might be I don't know if this would be the locked tokens or what. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not familiar with this project. Might be one to look into though. I think it's called, yeah, alt layer token. Might be a good one to look into just based off the smart money accumulation. Wow, that's a lot of people in this token. There's 8,000, over 8,000. Is that right? Changes in total holders for the last 24 hours. I'm not sure how to read that, but it's surprising that this has a 4.24 billion market cap fully diluted. I doubt that's right. Wow. It really is that high. Well, I mean, because of that, I'm not sure that I would really want to get into it. But again, just because it has a highly diluted market cap, I mean, being a brand new coin, that's strange, but just because it doesn't mean that it's going to be hard to move. I mean, it can still move, but usually on ones like this, I bypass. I don't know how it got listed on, how did it get listed on Binance so quick if it's so new? Maybe it was a launch pad thing. Anyway, I don't know. Kind of indifferent about this one now after finding out what the market cap is. But I'm going to end it there. I don't think there's anything to go over here on my Twitter. But yeah, I'm still working on the Discord. Just know that, and I'm trying to get it the best I can before giving people the opportunity to join. And it will be a paid thing. I can't do it for free, but yeah, I'll let you guys know whenever it's ready to go. And until then, I'll keep doing some videos and keep you updated. I always want to try to, help people out. I want to keep people updated on any smart money tokens I see that are worth getting into. So I'll keep looking at it and let you know if I see anything. All right, y'all have a good day.